it, and then we come
No,
at 10 minutes late.
it's funny you should say that because I was thinking, oh, I'll just my excuse will be we're running on Malaysian times. Great minds think alike. It shows that I understand Malaysian culture because I lived there for so long.
Hey, you never forget. You never forget.
Right. Even though I have lived here longer than I lived in Malaysia now. That's how long it's been since I've been here.
Aw.
Anyway, let's do a little intro, even though nobody's watching yet, but they might watch later. So welcome to Let Go and Connect with Dominica May. I am Dominica May. My guest today is Papi Zak. Papi Zak is a friend of mine from Malaysia, from when I lived there over 7 years ago now. It's been a while. It's been a minute. This is our first time that we're seeing each other face to face since I moved here.
Yeah.
It's great that I feel like it's great that the pandemic has allowed me to reconnect with some people from my past.
Oh yeah. I mean,
um,
thank God we had the pandemic like now instead of like imagine if you had it 7 years ago, it'd just be like what 3 GPP quality.
right. Well, I used to do video calls with people, but I wasn't street. Well, no, that's not entirely true. I did some stuff on YouTube back when I lived in Malaysia. I
Oh, you dirty girl,
think
you.
not like that, guys. Oh wait, I need to go to the chat tab just in case anyone comments. My last stream that I did, I didn't realize that. So I've have a history. I've been streaming on Facebook, but to a filter. The
Mm.
last several months, and so I didn't realize that their comments wouldn't show up in restream
'Cause you,
unless it was public. So now it's public. So fingers crossed, I actually get some comments from Facebook this time, so I can test the difference and actually see them. Um,
you- but you're
but
showing this on
it's
YouTube and
it's
Twitch
also
at the
on
same time.
YouTube and Twitch as well. Yeah, so it's
So
on
what if people
all of the
comment on
platforms.
there?
They'll all come up. So
Mm.
last time, Sim commented from Twitch, so at least saw some comments. I saw those ones.
Ah.
What else is there to say? Oh, so Zach and I met through stand-up comedy. So when I moved to Malaysia, I moved there in November 2008. Then I think it must have been like June 2009 that I first saw stand-up comedy in Malaysia. Which is
Mm.
such a more than a decade ago.
But you were there during the rise of stand up
Yes,
comedy
I
in
was
Malaysia.
there
So
during the rise when so when I started performing stand-up comedy, there was one other woman who was occasionally on the stand-up open mic circuit.
who was
Just one. So, and then she wasn't even on that much. Like she didn't, because she was doing other stuff as well. Um, yeah. And that, I mean, obviously that doesn't count Joanne Cam because she was like more well known. Um, and I had no idea who she was until much later because she didn't come to those shows.
Yay.
Oh, it's you. You're watching. You're watching on Twitch. Yeah, like we
No,
let
because
me
I'm
show.
trying to. I just
You
started
just
a
want to
Twitch
see how it
account.
works. Oh, okay. Watching.
Um, and I'm just trying to get more active on it because during the pandemic, like there was no live show, so some of us comedians were struggling,
Hmm.
and I found myself playing a lot of video games and connecting with people online. Like I've recently connected with 10 people that I hardly talk to in real life, but we just met over PlayStation, and then we play every night now. Like our
Wow.
time is about like 11 to like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
So And yeah,
That's
and
that's also Malaysian time. I felt like
yes, it's Malaysian
everyone I
time.
was friends with in Malaysia didn't go to bed until after 3 o'clock in the morning.
This is so bored.
To
Because
be
okay,
fair, it was all stand-up comedians that I knew. So you're all just late night owls.
yes. Well, and also just so that we have that 24-hour, eating restaurant like the mama, right?
Right. Yes,
So
exactly.
we're used to that kind of culture where we just stay up and just talk and but due to the pandemic and the lockdown and everything, so we had to resort to other forms of communication, which happens to be through PlayStation, online stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, now I'm trying to get into, like, I like this whole gaming environment, and I want to, like, I want to put my hat into the whole e-gaming community, but I
Mhm.
um
You
uh
want
you
to
know
stream your games that you're playing?
exactly. And and I don't know if this is gonna be shallow of me, but the only people I follow on Twitch are girls, who play video games, because
That's fair. I'm not going to judge. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are like that.
but I gotta say their setup is so great. They did it right. The with the lighting and their background. So I just wanted to get into that. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm trying to uh build my little e-gaming like setup.
Hmm.
So it's I have a TV, but people say, "Hey, don't play video games, especially if you're gonna play like first person shooter like Call of Duty. Don't don't play on a big TV. Play on a monitor."
Hmm.
So now I'm trying to get a monitor, and I'm trying to get my. Well, I mean, I have my green screen background. I'm just trying to get the right, you know,
All the right equipment,
feel. Yeah,
all the
yeah,
pieces.
all the right equipment for the right, because I see a lot of Malaysians on Facebook Live during the gaming streams, and
You
you
can't
know,
monetize it on Facebook, though.
sorry.
You can't monetize it on Facebook, though, right? I don't think you
Oh,
can.
oh, okay, okay.
I have no idea.
Well, good to know.
Honestly, I
Good to
have no
know.
idea.
So,
I know you can monetize Twitch and YouTube, but I don't think you can monetize watching stuff on Facebook.
gotcha. All right.
That's not why I decided to branch out. Like, I'm not expecting to make money from this. This is for me. This is for me because I like building Lego. Um, I have a bunch of sets behind me that I built like at the beginning of the pandemic, like when I first got some unemployment money. I was like, I'm gonna spend this on Lego.
All right. That's the way you're gonna spend your money. Like, hey, I got no job, but okay, I spend.
Look, I assume you probably heard about the stimulus stuff that happened in the US. Like, they gave us extra money for getting unemployment benefits and stuff like that. So I just had a lot of
Right.
money that I didn't need for other stuff.
I got you. I got you. Well, we in Malaysia, we had a similar, I guess, benefit, but I never got mine.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not fair.
it's sometimes in the arts industry, they get everything at like the butt end.
Hmm.
So they prioritize other I guess companies first.
Unfortunately, because the arts has been one of the industries that have been the most decimated as a result of the pandemic. Because, like you said, no live theatre in
Correct.
person. People have had to branch out. I know a lot of improvisers I know branched out to doing online shows over Zoom and streaming onto Facebook Live and that sort of thing. But it was not something I felt like I could get into. So that's why I'm building Lego and chatting to friends and reconnecting
Hey, this
and
this is
learning
great,
about
by the
people.
way. I mean, I should have thought about this long time ago, but
Doing Lego. Go, because
yeah.
you showed me a Lego set that you built
Oh yeah, should I bring
recently
it?
too.
Oh, it's in the other room.
It's fine.
Mm,
Maybe if there's a lull later and you want to bring it in.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
I'll get started.
amongst
Yeah.
other things, I don't know, like, because idle hands makes the devil's playground. So,
I'm
I,
trying to, what's the angle of my camera here?
oh,
Oh, you got a is that a transformer?
oh, how dare you? It's
No.
the
Oh no, it's
original.
the
Is the Gundam?
Gundam.
Gundam.
I should have known because I've seen I haven't watched any of the stuff, but I've seen Kieran stream a couple of his like
Yeah,
cooking
he
stuff.
recently got into it, and then of course, I had to show him this. He's like, because I'm the OG,
One that's actually done.
here. So yeah, when I first got into this, I didn't know there were so many different grades
Of Gundam.
of models.
Mm.
Like there's real grade, there's metal grade, and gunpla as they call it.
Should I get started on the
Yeah,
building?
go ahead.
I'll introduce the set. So I'm building the what's it called? Hang on. It's called the Battle at the Ancient Village.
Hello.
So it's the dragon.
Which dragon?
Spoilers in Shang-Chi.
Hey, if you haven't watched Shang-Chi now, I mean that's your bad, okay?
Look, I announced that I was doing a Shang-Chi Lego stream. Hopefully people would have realized I might have spoilers for it.
Well, it's okay. It's not much of a spoiler, actually. It's just part of the.
Well, I guess it depends. I didn't see any. I had no idea there was any kind of fantasy creatures going into it when I saw it. I like all of the trailers that I'd seen was like within everything that had happened up until they left San Francisco. Like I hadn't seen any like clips from anything that happened after San Francisco in the movie.
Right.
So everything else was like, oh my god.
Well, if you were an avid comic book reader, you would know the history behind the dragon.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure. Well, I've read a more recent Shang-Chi trade paperback, but I've not read older stuff. I've seen him like in bits and pieces in various like when he's had cameo appearances in other comics, but I hadn't like read a Shang-Chi comic
right.
until just before the movie came out.
It's cool. Like, I mean, I'll be honest. I am a comic book lover, but I was into the mainly like mainstream ones, I guess, like X-Men and Fantastic Four. Like I know their backstories and their lores and stuff like that, right? Their main enemies. But when Marvel started coming out with like the Avengers, I didn't really get much into the Avengers because honestly, like I didn't think Iron Man was such a cool superhero.
No, I felt I was the same way. I was similar. So I knew Spider-Man stuff. I knew X-Men stuff. More because I had watched like the cartoons from the 90s.
Right.
Although I had read some stuff of X-Men and I collected the Spider-Man trading cards from 1994. Of course, that takes me back. But yeah, but then when the other things, I'm like, so Captain America, I'm like, oh, it seems like such a boring character, and same with Thor. But I watched the movies because I'm like, I'm a Marvel fan, and it was watching the movies that got me into reading more. And I've read a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
No, I totally understand because you wanted to know more, and then. Here's my question though, like how, like after reading like these new, reading on Iron Man and Thor, and how different is it from the original, like comics that came out, right? So I often wonder that, Like, is it catered
Yes,
or
yes. It's
pure
it's
to?
it's evolved. I know, like, since the Iron Man movies came out, they started drawing Iron Man more like Robert Downey Jr.
Right, right, yeah.
One of the things I like to do when I'm building Lego is ask my guests which face I should do, because a lot of the faces have multiple or two choices. So, let's see, you want this kind of angry face.
Who is angry?
This is Shang-Chi's sister.
Oh yeah, she was angry all
Or
the
or
time.
or happy face. That doesn't seem realistic for her, right?
Wow, wow. Maybe Lego was a bit trying to be like sensitive to
To resting bitch face.
yeah. Because I was okay. First of all, I didn't know who the actress was, but yeah. But I mean, it's kind of true. Like, I'm not I'm not trying to generalize here, but most of the Chinese women I encounter here have a big resting bitch face.
Oh,
Like, yes.
oh. Well, that's not why I'm going to choose that face.
Oh, okay.
I'm choosing that face, but not for that reason.
Oh, look at that bowl cut. Wow.
That's what her hair was like. Although it goes up a little bit at the back. See,
Okay.
a little bit.
Uh, but did you
Okay.
like the movie?
I did. I loved it so much that I went back like 10 days later and saw it a second time. I have bought a lot of merchandise. I have a a, a Morris plush who flaps
Oh,
his wings.
oh my god! I can't wait for that to be here in Malaysia. Oh, you know what I want? I want the lion, the
Oh,
lion
yes.
plush. That'd be great.
That would be cool too. I also have in this set there is a Morris a Morris Lego piece.
Oh,
So
Morris did
there you
steal.
go.
Yeah.
There's a Morris in there's two Shang-Chi Lego sets that you can get. Morris is in both of them. So
Oh, they know how to. Marvel got their little
well,
what
that's
baby
the
Yoda
thing.
thing.
They know they have to have like a cute little creature in like all of their movies because that's where the money is. Selling the
Yes, yes.
merchandise, right?
It's like we got to beat Star Wars. But yeah, and then I think we were chatting online, and I was just mentioning that I just recently saw the Daily Bugle released here in Malaysia in the Lego store, and I did not see any Shang-Chi Legos at
Not
all.
yet. Maybe
Yeah.
either they're already all sold out, like because everyone wanted them, or for some reason maybe it's shipping issues. We're getting a lot of shipping issues.
Because they got to test those Legos for COVID-19. They got to get their swab.
We have like weeks backlog of ships coming in, like offshore in Los Angeles that now we have some ports further up the coast, like Oakland has been like, we'll take some of your ships.
Good.
Because there's just such a delay. I
So
haven't
okay,
read specifically what the reasons for it is. I just know that there's a long backlog.
wow, it sounds like Malaysia.
The whole world is the same right now.
Uh-huh. All right, so what are you working on now?
I think this is the base of the dragon, like the
Uh,
water that he's coming out of
uh,
or sitting on top of.
mm. Okay, so the one thing that I guess annoyed me about the movie,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the fighting sequences could have been smoother.
Smoother in what way?
And like it just like when Shang-Chi's dad and mom fought for the first time in the bamboo forest.
Hmm.
Um, it was very it was very similar to like the fight scenes that you see in old movie with Jet Li and Tony Leung as well, called Hero.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
For
and
me, it was because I've seen the movie more than I've seen Hero. It had a very House of Flying Daggers feel to me,
right,
um,
right, right,
which
and
I liked about it because I love that movie.
I mean, like, I had no problem with the fight itself. It just it didn't seem as fluid, I
Mm.
guess. They're I know this what the mom's fighting style, I guess. It should be that kind of like, oh, be one with the earth and stuff. It just didn't, I don't know. It's like, okay, so Wu Ping would be like the most known and best fight choreographer when it comes to like wuxia fighting style, right? For movies, and then they just got like his apprentice to do it.
Okay, look, I'll take your word for it. I haven't seen uh, a huge amount of Chinese and Asian cinema in general. Like the stuff I've seen was stuff that mainly, yeah, I haven't seen
Mm.
a lot. Let's just say I haven't seen a lot.
Zhang Yimou, yes, that's the director of the Hero. If you guys want to watch it, because freaking great movie.
I actually got a free copy of that from the library. It was like giving away stuff that they didn't want anymore. So I have a copy of it now.
How are you getting free stuff?
If the library doesn't want stuff anymore, just gives it away. I like
Ah,
I like taking advantage of free stuff.
yeah, so no, no.
Doesn't everyone?
Yeah, I sometimes I just feel like I missed out.
Oh, you missed out because you didn't get free stuff.
Yeah.
Mm,
Uh,
I don't know what I can do about that. Come to America.
okay, so since you're moved to America, how's things been?
uh, I mean, my life has changed considerably.
Mm,
When I first moved here, it was hard, right? Like it was really hard because, um, I had just in the few months before I moved here, I had felt like had finally found my footing in the stand up community because I was
mm,
back on stage again, I was performing
mm,
again,
mm,
and actually a little bit more outgoing and able to talk better compared to
mm,
like just going and sitting at the public and just listening to people and not saying contributing anything because that's what I was doing for, I don't know, I feel like the better part of a year or longer. I don't know.
okay.
um, and so then it had felt like was being ripped out of um, home. Like by that point, Malaysia felt like home to me, and then when I moved here, I had a falling out with someone back there,
Mm, mm,
which I think I mentioned to you, and as a result of that, I kind of felt like I couldn't really. It was hard for me to stay connected to everyone else in Malaysia as a result of that.
right.
Um, and I suffered like really, really bad depression. However, eventually I picked myself up. I got myself some therapy and got into the improv scene in San Francisco. And um, it's just kind of been an upward trajectory ever since. Um, yeah, yeah. So, like,
Mm,
I was performing at festivals across the US, like developing my own improv shows. Um, so I
oh,
was
look at
like,
you.
I was doing way more there well, here I was doing way more here than what I was doing in Malaysia, doing stand-up stuff.
Yeah.
I felt like there were a lot more opportunities. There were more like classes to learn stuff. So it was like a faster process for me to just get invested in the community. Plus, like the improv school I went to, Leela, has a strong focus on being your authentic self. And so I'm just like, whoa, all these people accept me for all these weird things about me and like they want me around. I could just be myself. That's amazing. And yeah, and then people just really liked what I brought to the table. So yeah. And then,
Good California.
and then as I mentioned, got divorced last year. So that's a big change as well. But that was for the best.
So, you mentioned you were in San Francisco, but then you're in Oakland
So
now.
I live in Oakland, which is like technically it's like from where I live, it's like a 17-minute BART ride to the nearest San Francisco station.
Right. Okay.
It's really close.
It's just a bridge over.
Yeah.
Are you sick of the bridge?
I mean, I've barely been to San Francisco in the pandemic.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I usually take the train into San Francisco when I go, rather than drive in.
Oh. Do you know like the perfect spots in to like watch the gate and like those picturesque? Is there a lot of influencers there too?
Influence? I don't know.
Like people
I
just
mean,
like, oh, just on my morning hike, guys.
Twitch's offices are in San Francisco. YouTube's offices are just south of San Francisco. So they're probably.
Right.
I'm sure there are. I don't pay attention to influencers though.
It's fine. It's
not
fine.
a thing I do.
Oh, because I mean, I've been stateside, but I've only been to San Francisco, but it was when I was 7, 8.
Ooh, very young.
So, yeah, but like I like to return back to the States and do the touristy stuff. Actually, if I want to go, if I could go back to the States and do this whole like road trip cross country, like what everybody does, is that, oh yeah, that'd be great. And then actually I even wanted to do something like, just because I'm in stateside, might as well do rooms there, right?
Yes.
So it'd be like it'd be like journaling my journey, start from LA, end up in New York, and then do the various clubs and various states. And on the way also, you get those like, world's biggest yarn.
I went to the world's largest ball of twine on a road trip. Yeah, I did. So like 4 years ago, it was 2017. I took my kids on a road trip from Oakland through Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and then back around. So I went through New Mexico and Arizona, back to California. Like I did like a circle kind of thing. And the greatest ball of twine in Kansas, it's actually two. I don't know what the difference is, but the one I went to was in Kansas. It was on the way to driving to Texas. Like I had no reason to be in Kansas or Oklahoma except for the fact that I was going to be visiting a friend in Austin, Texas. That's the only reason I went that way.
Okay.
But it was on the way, so I'm like, I may as well stop. Let's go see the world's greatest ball of twine.
Was it great?
It was pretty big. Look, it was taller than me. Not that that's difficult, because I'm pretty short. But
Okay, so did you run out of Winnebago or?
No, I just took my own car. I have a hybrid car, so I didn't have to pay like a huge amount for gas or anything.
How
Um,
very San Francisco of
petrol,
you. That's right.
petrol.
Ah,
Since I'm talking to a Malaysian. um, yeah. So, and then like, because a lot of hotels are fairly cheap. Like, if you're traveling like that, you can get places that are like around $50 a night. Kind of. That was what I was aiming for. Is like,
yeah, it's shady places where where some,
sure, but
where
it's
some
cheap.
random
I
guy would
was
knock on
staying
your door
for
and be like,
one
"Hey,
night,
you got
like
peanut
most
butter?"
places.
Did I
But
did I tell you this story? Okay, so I went to Ohio for
college.
my college, and I remember my second year. I went back to Malaysia and then came back, and then my school wasn't open yet, so I had to like chill out at a place for and it was like one of those Red Roof Inns or Best
Hmm.
Western stuff, like
Yeah.
motels. So it's just like right outside campus. You know, like you said, it was pretty cheap. And I just remember one night some random guy knocks on my door and he's like, like management. And
What?
yeah. So I was like, yes, can I being the the nice, courteous Malaysian that I was like, yes, can I help you? And thank God, I don't know why. I usually I don't have the chain lock on, but I had the chain lock on, and so I opened it, and he kind of like forced himself in. I was like, "Can I help you?" He's like, "Hey, you got a peanut butter in there?" I was like, "What?"
What?
Yes. So yeah, and then I tell this to my roommates, and they're like, "Yeah, bro, you went to the wrong,
The wrong place.
you went to the wrong, you went to the dodgy end." So I was like, "Yeah,
Yikes. Well, I once stayed in one of those kinds of places. I think it was a travel lodge that wound up. Whoever was in the room next to me probably was a sex worker, because sounded like multiple people had gone through that room during the
ooh."
night.
And you were with your kids, so
No,
they
no, no, no,
were
no.
not.
That was not on that trip. That was when I
Oh,
was by
okay,
myself.
okay.
That was a trip. That was when I still lived in Malaysia. And I had traveled out here to visit some friends
Mm.
in Southern California. Thank goodness.
Oh yeah. Oh, not the questions. It was like, what's going on over there?
Hmm. Yep.
Okay, so where are you now?
I am. I think I'm building. Who knows? I don't know, like the base of the dragon.
Oh.
Probably the part that's going to go on top here.
Do you remember building your first Lego?
My first Lego sets were the Fabuland style stuff. Do you know what they were like?
No, Fabuland. Never heard of it.
Well, actually, Duplo probably, but
Oh,
after
oh
that,
yes, Duplo. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Fabuland were like little animal people. Um, no, seriously, they're like animal people, and they had like little houses and stuff. I still have them, but they're downstairs, so I can't show you right now. Maybe next time.
Okay. So you have like a range of collection, huh? Like from the.
Oh yeah. So I actually have not just my own Lego sets from my childhood, but also both of my siblings' sets, because they didn't want them anymore, and so let me have them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
What about you? Do you remember your first Lego set?
Um. Okay, my first Lego set was my cousin's Lego set. Uh, and I played it with him, and we were building that pirate ship.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's how I got immersed into the whole.
The pirate sets were so cool. That was the
Right?
stuff that I was, like, coveting when I was a kid. Um, but I never really got any of the pirate sets myself, until this year. I don't know if you can see it in the corner out there.
Yeah, yeah. I was. is
That
that
one?
is that like one
That
of the
that
Pirates of the
that
Caribbean, or?
that no, this is a recent one that came out, let's see up
Ah.
there, that came out, I think I wanna say last year or roughly. And, yeah, so it was me like, "Finally, I can have a Lego pirate set."
Uh,
Like, I waited, uh, like, halfway through the pandemic as how long it's been so far. I bought it, I think, in around January this year when I finally had some money again because the government had decided to give more unemployment benefits again. Because they'd cut us off like for some like a certain extent of it, like and it was reduced, and then they gave us more again. So, and I bought it for myself as a reward for completing my a boot camp in data analytics.
oh,
So. I built it after I finished my boot camp. Like, yes, now I can have fun. I've done all my work.
but yeah. So the first Lego set I ever bought with my own money.
Mhm.
uh,
Oh, sure. I was a bit older. Most of my Lego was like Christmas
yeah.
presents.
Oh, nice. My parents didn't think I deserved Legos, so
Oh,
yeah.
well, I just learned from watching the Joe Mama show earlier today that uh, you lived in all sorts of places because of your dad's job. So maybe that's why, because it was hard to travel with a lot of Lego. You're going to be
Yeah.
moving around a lot.
Actually, I started collecting comic books in 1991 when the this my favorite artist Jim Lee started drawing the X-Men, and I had that whole collection, the from
Hmm.
issue 1 to like, I don't know, there was so many. I had like big stocks full, like, these are fresh off the print kind of edition. So imagine my heartbreak when we moved back to Malaysia that these comic books were lost.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad, I think, had a similar thing happen to him when he moved to Australia because he's from the US. Um, and he has no idea what happened to his comics.
Oh my god. It's so hard to hear when, like like people share me their stories. It's like, yeah, bro, I had all these collections and then they just got, or like my mom threw it away. Like,
Mm. Like
oh,
something that could have been worth a lot if you'd saved it for longer and it was just thrown out.
exactly.
Not that you would have necessarily sold it because it's something that's like, oh man, this meant a lot to me, right? But uh like if that was the alternative, like sell it or throw it out, then you would sell it because at least you would have something for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do not understand. So whenever I have kids, whatever they're collecting, I'd be like, we're saving it just in case.
Just in case. Yeah. My uh my kids well, my oldest is not really a collector at all. Um and my youngest only cares about collecting plush toys. So I doubt that's going to be a thing that I need to worry about.
Hey, you never know. Like these
But
plush toys might
Like, might be
it's
like Beanie Babies in the
yeah,
future.
or Garbage Pail Kids. Yeah,
It's possible. I'm not gonna get rid of them. He loves them, but yeah. I'm the one who collects things. I'm the one that still has a lot of collections. I'm not going to swing my camera around to show you the rest of my room, but I have a lot of things. I have a lot of things.
I understand. I totally get you.
I don't have enough room exactly for everything that I have collections of right now. I need to get more short boxes for my comic books that I've been getting. So like all the comic books that I've
You
bought,
need to get, sorry, what?
short boxes for my comic books. That's what they call them here. There's short boxes and long boxes. Boxes that you put comic books in. Did you freeze? Oh dear. This is a funny place to freeze. I will keep building until Zach comes back. But if anyone's watching, feel free to drop a comment in. Yes, swear. You back?
Hello?
Hi.
Hey.
You froze, but I didn't realize that you'd frozen. It just looked like you were just just really shocked for several seconds.
No, because
so I kept talking.
You froze, not me.
I froze. Oh, maybe it was my fault.
So I was like, no. you were what? And then you just looked at me and I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Well, I'll have to look back on the stream later and find out.
No, I'm looking at the stream now because I was just like, whoa, what was going on?
Was it me frozen on the stream then?
It was.
My computer is not the greatest sometimes, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was me.
I don't know, actually. Yeah. Okay, so you were saying.
It doesn't matter. I can repeat myself. Yeah. Short boxes is what I was saying. Short. So I learned the terminology because I have a regular comic book shop that I go to. So short boxes are the shorter boxes that you put comic books in, and long boxes are the longer ones. That's what they call them here.
Okay.
So I need to get some more short boxes to fit the comic books that I've been buying in the pandemic. But I'm waiting because I like to get special ones.
Special ones
special ones with special designs and stuff. So there's one coming out in December for the Dark Reign storyline that's about to start. And I want to get that one. And then also I learned that my local comic shop that I go to is getting their own short box designs made. So I'll probably get that one too. They commission a lot of covers, exclusive covers for their store and stuff. It's pretty cool.
How many? Okay, just out of curiosity, how many comic book stores are there within your area?
Probably a lot more than what you'll find in Malaysia.
Yeah, and you know what? It's aptly named the last comic book store.
Oh, really? You only have one in the entire country, or just in KL?
Like a dedicated comic book store, yeah. Because the rest of the comic book stores, they close down. They just what they have resorted to is just pop-up stores that during when you have this outdoor markets or whatever, and then they'll just advertise on Facebook, or most of them are just on Facebook. It's hey, you want this issue of this, But I miss that whole ambience of going to a comic book store, a la Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, so I started going to this store, I want to say it was probably 2016-ish, maybe.
Ah.
2017, maybe. I don't know. I feel like it's been at least 4 years, I think. 4 or 3, I don't know. Anyway, it's been a long time. Whenever so a few years ago, uh, I think it was 2017. I borrowed well over 100 graphic novels and trade paperbacks from my local library, like just to read a whole bunch of like back catalog stuff. And I was like, because I was just getting really into it. I get obsessive about something when it's a new interest. I learned it's because I'm autistic, so like that's my excuse. And so after I'd like caught up on a whole bunch of things, like, oh no, now I need to read what's next. So, this comic book shop, I'd seen like a Facebook ad or something for it. They were having a sale for like their first birthday. So that's how I kind of went there for the first time. And the owner was just super friendly, that like, and welcoming, and just like, I want to keep going back. And so I bought way more than I would have originally intended to as a result.
That's the only way you come out of a comic book store.
I have so much that I still need to read, and I still borrow stuff from the library sometimes, just because otherwise I would be spending way too much money. So right now I have Daredevil stuff out from the library because I did not want to pay for it all.
Understood. Yeah. Hey, I missed Daredevil, by the way, like the Netflix series.
You didn't watch it?
No, no, I miss it. Like I wish
Oh,
they would
you wish it came
continue
back.
it. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I know they were supposed to continue it because Disney Plus was coming out, so they stopped it on Netflix. But it was just like nothing's happening.
Yeah. There's still rumors that they're going to try and bring it back, and like rumors that Vincent D'Onofrio, I kind of didn't pronounce his name properly, but anyway, is going to be returning as Kingpin in an MCU movie or something like that. So
Ooh.
fingers crossed. I mean, people were going crazy when the No Way Home trailer came out, because they thought that Daredevil's arms were in a shot where Peter Parker was going to see a lawyer, and they were like, "It's Daredevil."
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, but it's not actually true, or at least he has said that they weren't his arms. But there were rumors about that. So I'm crossing my fingers that he will return. I actually only watched that series this year. Yeah. So back when I was still married, I was not watching as much stuff as what I would have liked to have watched. For various reasons. I was busy, and my ex-husband felt neglected, and so I felt guilty for not spending time with him. And so I just didn't watch as much as I would have liked to. So the pandemic has been my excuse to catch up on everything that I missed out on
Right, right.
when I was married. I love being single. I do.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Okay, so speaking of being single, um, do
Hang on,
you
hang on.
have
Wait,
you?
just hold that thought. Just hang on a sec. I'm going to mute myself because one of my kids is knocking at my door.
So I got to talk by myself. Oh, it's just a moment of silence. Are you yelling at them? This is great.
Just talking.
You never know. You know, you like underneath that smile.
I
Shut
don't
up,
yell.
you dang kid! Yeah.
I don't yell at my kids.
So all good? Or
Yeah, it's fine. He just needed to come in and use the bathroom, and hopefully he'll do his teeth as well because it's his bedtime.
okay.
You can ask your question.
When you said he'll do his teeth, it was like what is he gonna do to his teeth?
Brush his teeth. It's my language.
So single in America. Are you active on these apps, dating apps?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No.
What are your thoughts on?
I mean, you know, I was previously polyamorous, so I have had experience with one of them. I used to use OkCupid, but you know, I skipped a step. But I just found that I was not like I didn't like the messages I was getting, and I was like, I'm not going to waste my time with this stuff. In my experience, I develop better relationships and connections with people that start out as friends, and I don't feel like I can get that with dating apps. I feel like dating apps, there's this expectation that you're there to do more regardless of whether you want to or not, if that makes sense.
Okay. No, do more like how?
I have my kids in there, so I'm just like, I mean, like this.
Okay. No, because I'm on dating apps as well, but I find that the dating app culture here in Malaysia is quite different to America. Because, for example, Tinder in America is just a hookup app, right?
Yes.
No
Yeah.
chit chat.
I have not even tried that one. I've tried Bumble, which is the one where like you have to swipe the same way you do it on Tinder, but
the woman has to make
the woman has to make the first move.
Yeah, same. We have Bumble here too, but only for Apple, for iPhone.
What? That's weird.
It's
It's not like because I have an Android phone, so I've used it on Android. So it's not like you can't have it on an Android because they haven't created it for.
No, I'm serious. Because my friend has a iPhone, and he was and I'm using an Android as well. And he was just like, "Yeah, get on Bumble because Tinder is too, you get the dodgy people on Tinder."
That's seriously the reputation it's
got. So, and then I tried looking for it, and there was no. It said Tinder not available for Android.
Wow.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Especially here. But, anyways, so back to what I was saying about Tinder. It's strictly a hookup app in the U.S., but here in Malaysia, the girls are actually looking for a long-term relationship, and and they will say no FWB, no ONS, and then I was like, what? Well, why are you on here, guys? And they have and Tinder has the hijabi girls as well, so I doubt those girls are looking for ONS.
Yeah, I know what that means. It took me a lot of process. It's just my kid is asking me to tuck him in to bed.
Oh, okay. You can take a break.
You can talk to. Is that one viewer still you? You can talk to yourself.
Really? Is this me?
It's fine. It's fine. I'll be right back.
Okay. Good night. Hoodlally. So, welcome to Dominica's live stream, where we will see her make her Lego Shang-Chi. You know what really sucks? I had to get up quite early for this. Well, because I'm not really an early bird per se. And then she's just there chilling at night. Is that is that a whole piece? Is
No, it's not. But I couldn't take my headphones off without taking my beanie off.
right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. No, because I was gonna say that's a cool headphones. It comes with a beanie. Yeah. You know, keep your head
Wouldn't that be
warm while
cool?
they.
Wouldn't it be cool?
Yeah.
New invention. I'm gonna paint it tomorrow. Yeah, it's fun. What were we talking about?
How Tinder is different here,
Oh yes,
and
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how it would have been because Tinder wasn't around when I lived in Malaysia. That was later on.
mm,
I don't remember what year it came out, but I'm pretty sure it was not around in 2014 when I left.
nope.
um, and I know because I was polyamorous in Malaysia too. But for me, I felt like dating was hard as an open relationship married woman in Malaysia. So I don't know. I don't know how like if I'd been single, I don't know if it would have been any different, honestly, because I was also very shy,
Mm.
not that outgoing when I lived there.
Um. Hey, actually, they say Tinder was launched in 2012. It was only in 2014 when it was worldwide.
Yeah. Okay. So it was only relatively new when I moved here.
Yeah.
Might not have hit Malaysia yet by that time.
Of course, because
It
the
wouldn't.
Malaysian authorities were
It
like
would
have
not
to.
have helped me anyway.
But I met some interesting people. Oh, I mean, I've chatted with interesting people, like
On Tinder?
on Tinder. I came across um a swinger, and she was asking. It was weird because in her words, she was, I was looking for a chubby guy.
You can't say that.
This what she. It's like, I need. Like, and she was. It wasn't. She needed
So,
a chubby guy. That's what she. That's what she
did you
said.
feel like she was treating you like a fetish? Because that's how I would feel like if that had been said to me.
Yeah, I mean, she was cute, but anything that floats your boat. You know what I'm saying? But and then I got into okay, I'm the chubbiest of them all. Ha ha ha. Right? And then she should just kept asking questions like sex based questions like, are you into anal? Are you into? And then it progressively got I guess weirder or deeper because
More
she
detailed?
she asked, "How do you feel about watching me being like, having sex with somebody else, but you cannot touch me?" I'm like, okay. And she's like, "You're cute, but I don't think you'll be into what I'm into." And then when the girl says that, you feel like a little challenge.
Oh.
It's like, well, you don't know me, like why don't you try me out? It's like, well, are you willing to, have a threesome with me with another guy, while, you're doing me and then he's doing you? I'm like, oh, it's that kind of thing. And then she laid it out like all these games that they play, and they meet up every weekend at a an undisclosed location. There's a whole
I
WhatsApp group.
I am aware of that sort of thing. My 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 ex took me to some places in Klang.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
so, so I had been to Klang before I'd heard like stand-up comedians talking about what Klang is actually
Right.
known for. So
I think
like,
your experience is different though from everybody else's.
right.
Holy crap. Um yeah, so that was an I so yeah, one okay, the thing that stuck out for me was one of the games they played was you um okay, so there'll be guys laying down on the ground, and then girls will alternatively sit on their faces, right? And then you have to guess whose coochie was whose,
Oh
right?
my god!
Yeah. Okay. So obviously the guys are blindfolded, right? So
Wow.
and if you get it wrong, the guy's punishment, quote unquote punishment, is they get a dildo shoved up their ass for a whole minute. That's what it said.
But what if they like that kind of thing?
Well,
Maybe they
that's the thing.
deliberately get it wrong.
That's some people it's punishment, some people it's reward.
I am glad I labeled my channel on Twitch as adults only.
Oh yeah.
Because you're like, oh, it's Lego. Kids can watch. No. Can you imagine?
Hey, you said we can talk about anything you want.
I did. No, that's what I'm saying. I am glad that I labeled my Twitch channel as adults only.
Yeah. So who are your like demographic?
For who I'm making this for?
Yeah.
Uh,
Just
I don't care. Like, whoever feels like watching. I'm not doing this for the audience. I'm doing it just because I'm enjoying it. Enjoying building Lego, enjoying catching up with friends, and just talking. Like, this is. I still feel like it's a challenge to go out and see people in person.
oh,
And so it's a great way for me to still stay connected to friends.
right. But I'm
And
sure, I mean,
go ahead.
you'll get like-minded people, who have trouble interacting with people in real life. And then they say, hey, this
Who want to
girl's
come
just
and
like
watch?
me. Yeah.
Probably.
You have your
Eventually.
regulars. Like
Yeah.
another fellow comedian, Brian Tan, he does like he went through some stuff during the lockdown. He shut himself out of the comedy scene, and people were always asking, "How is he? How is he?" And he's like locking himself in the room. And then he's resorted to doing like streaming games, like video games. Like, but I guess he'll like feel comfortable talking about what's going on with what he's doing, and and then he gets this one or two viewers who are just like, okay, let's watch him. So you don't get those randos.
I mean, this is my second one that I've done for the public.
Your second one.
My second one that's public. I've been doing these for months on my personal Facebook. To a limited filter, not everyone on my Facebook friends has been able to access them. Because I wanted to talk about stuff that I was not necessarily comfortable with certain people watching.
Mm,
So yes. Um, so I haven't had any randos show up yet. I have a couple of people um, uh, who like to comment when they are available and to watch. So I do have a couple of they're like uh, women I met through doing improv.
uh,
So far, whoever's commented has been people that I already know.
okay. But any improv shows coming up, or what's the story with that?
I am not performing right now.
Okay.
There's not a lot of the improv communities that I was kind of part of are still just doing virtual stuff, just like for safety COVID reasons. Like there might be some in-person classes, but there aren't a lot of live shows. There's only one theater that I know of that is doing live shows right now, and jams and stuff. That like in-person stuff, performances. So I have tickets to see some stand-up in the next month. This Saturday, I'm actually going to see two stand-up shows on the same night, two different
Okay.
places, because I didn't realize that. So I got a ticket to Shang because I've heard about him through various comedians in Malaysia, because I know he performed there. And Sim was like, "Yeah, he's good." And so like, "Oh, he's going to be in town. I'll get a ticket." And then after I'd bought that ticket, then I discovered that Ronnie Cheng is also performing here on the same night at a venue that's like about a 20-minute walk away. And given that they both have two shows on the same night, I was like, oh, I should actually be able to, like, after Sheng Wang finishes, be able to walk to the other venue and go check out Ronnie Cheng. So I got a ticket to that too.
Nice.
Yep. And then next month, I'm going to see an album recording from, I think I haven't heard of them before, but I think they go by Irene too. And so I'm like, album recording, that could be cool. So I watched like a clip on YouTube and it seemed fun. And then so I got a ticket to that, and then I'm seeing. Did you meet J.R. de Guzman in Malaysia?
No.
He's a Filipino comedian from Sacramento. I met him in Malaysia, and he's going to be
Okay.
coming back to San Francisco next month as well. So I got a ticket to see him because it's been a while since I've seen him. But I mean, I have seen him perform in San Francisco like twice since living here, so that's not too bad.
Wait, only watching Asian comedians.
Because I don't know, I don't have an excuse. Well, I mean, those are the main ones that I've heard of, like that are performing right now that are coming to San Francisco. The other comedians that I've looked up or that are going to be performing, I have no idea who they are. Oh, look. Rizal Kamal is watching.
Hey, what's up?
He says, "Hey Dom, where I first started, Dom helped me with who's who in Australian comedy because I didn't know shit then. And now he's like a big time producer in of comedy in Malaysia. So
Yeah, he just wrapped up a show last first week of October with at a new theater that opened at One Utama. If you remember that mall.
Yes, of course I remember that mall. That's the one that was closest to where I lived. I lived in KPI. So it's the one that I went to the most. No, actually, that's not true. Tropicana City was a little bit closer, but that was not as big. So
Yeah.
Also, I don't know that Tropicana City was open as soon as I moved there. I think I opened a little bit later. I remember it like being really like hardly anything in there at one point. So I think.
Yeah, you know they don't call it Tropicana anymore.
What's it called now?
3 Damansara. That's the address.
3 Damansara. Really? Oh man, that's a worse name.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? It's so silly.
New management, and they were like so hard up, like, oh, we need a name. Oh, we don't have a copywriter. We don't want to waste any more money. It's like, oh, what are you? 3 Damansara.
Oh my god. Rizal's saying thanks to me. You're welcome.
You don't want to say thanks to me too? Thanks for watching, Rizal.
You didn't you didn't introduce him to all the Australian comedians. He didn't take all of my advice. I told him to bring improvisers out to teach improv. And he didn't do that.
Improv.
Because that's what I wanted to be doing, right? Like, that's why when I ended up, after I got over my bout of depression, or as I was trying to get over my bout of depression after I moved here, that's why I got into improv instead of going back to doing stand-up, was because improv is what I wanted to do. I really wanted improv to be more of a thing in Malaysia.
I get you.
And the only improv I did in Malaysia was a workshop / audition with Aya, which is Charmaine Othman's group.
Yeah.
And Rizal's mentioning them now too. And then the improvised stand-up Hack the Crack at the Crack House just before moving here.
Right, Hack the Crack. Well, it's been a while since we did that. But yeah,
it was a fun night. But I also felt a little awkward being a white person imitating an Indian Malaysian person. I had to copy. I had to copy Prakash's sex.
All right. It's okay. We are okay here. Did you hear about there's this whole hula bahoo right now with Food Panda, our food delivery service, how they use not one Indian actor to portray this Bollywood sequence.
What?
Yeah. So I mean, I blame the author of the article as well, because they were just it was just total clickbait, right? They said Food Panda uses no Indian actors for a Deepavali ad for Food Panda, right? When in actuality, it wasn't a Deepavali ad. It was just a Bollywood sequence featuring, a Malay family, because they were doing they were covering like all types of different music. Like there was hip hop. If they, it was like a series, right? So Bollywood happened to be the first one, and I guess people just assume that, oh, it's a Deepavali ad, but no Indian actors. Oh, I'm so disappointed. Food Panda and all the actors who said it was okay to do this. Oh,
Mm. I remember hearing that like the movie Crazy Rich Asians got some flack for the Indian representation in that. I mean, that's the structure of the racial differences in Singapore, which is where it was set.
nah.
um, but yes, I remember reading about some people being upset about that.
Yeah, the
I
people just.
like I like watching things like that because I can come at it from a different like cultural context than someone who has only seen like a Western country. um, and like one of the things that I liked in Shang-Chi was just so random. But like I ended up asking if anyone else noticed, and I was asking mainly white people if they noticed the comment about I think it was Ronnie Cheng's character said, "Oh, it's okay, I speak ABC too." Um,
Right.
and I asked her in a group that I'm in, like, did anyone pick that up that he was talking about American-born Chinese? Like that's what ABC means.
And
Like, and I'm pretty sure not that many white people are aware of it.
ah,
But I'd read a graphic novel called American Born Chinese when I was going through my my phase of reading over 100 comics in a year. So, or 100 graphic novels. It was a lot that I read.
so how far are you now?
Still doing the first section. I'm almost done with the first section.
Okay, but what is the first section? So,
It's like the you see, this is like the base of the dragon, like his belly.
can you show the box again?
Yeah, as long as the lighting is okay. There we
Oh
go.
yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I know. Okay. All right.
You can kind of picture what's happening.
I think Legos have gotten a little complicated lately.
They have, indeed. I remember when I was a kid, I they did not separate things out in bags labeled with numbers, like they do now. Right? They're a lot more complex. But maybe I just didn't get big enough sets that they did that for. Who knows?
Sorry, I'm replying to a work all
Message.
right, message here.
Wait, are you meant to be at work right now? No. Are you?
Not really. Well, I do have another what
Because it's
live stream
Tuesday.
thing
Later on.
later at 2, but I doubt we'd go that far. No. Maybe.
Sure. Well, if I end up not being finished before then, we can stop
Oh,
whenever
no pressure,
whenever you
bro.
need to.
I don't want to be rude. Be like, okay, I gotta go.
What's the other live stream that you're doing?
Oh, okay. So during the lockdown, we meaning Adam Carruthers and I don't know if you're familiar with him. But Kevin J, we do this show that he curated called Geektopia, where we review and talk about movies that just been released. Um, Adams feels more movies and like video games and stuff like that. In fact, Adam is one of the guys I really connected with over the lockdown through video games.
Mhm.
And then he just asked me, he's like, hey, let's do like a movie review show. So we're gonna review Shang-Chi.
Oh, nice.
Shang-Chi.
How
And
many?
then
How long has it been out there for? Like, how many weeks?
I think it's coming to its end because when did it? We open theaters first week of October. The cinemas, yeah,
Yeah.
cinemas the first week of October, and then it was on IMAX and stuff like that. But some people were still hesitant. And then now Dune's out, so
Mhm.
so there's only 2 IMAX theaters in Malaysia. One of them being in your favorite shopping mall.
One of Tama. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
so
saw something there.
so obviously I wanted to watch Shang-Chi in IMAX, but there was none available because I guess it's on its last legs.
Mm.
So it's just, and then I watched it with a fellow comedian, Kevin J, who you can see on Netflix.
Yes, he's on Netflix. If anyone is watching this later.
um. So yeah, I had to watch it on a normal screen, like a peasant, because of stupid Dune. So I
my local theater, I walked to my local theater cinema. I'm used to using American words now. It's so weird. And my local cinema is like a 25-minute walk away, and it's an Art Deco style refurbished movie theater. It's really cool.
fancy.
Mm-hmm. The first time I went there, I think it was the first time I went there, was when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, and so many people were there that they had to open up the upstairs balcony seating for the big theater. So I sat and watched it in the upstairs balcony.
Wow, how many seater is this cinema?
It was a big one. I don't know. I don't know how many seats.
Okay, so I don't know if you were here when they rebranded like this. I guess I want to say what's it? I don't want to say bougie, but it's like a boutique cinema experience. High end. Yeah. So um in Mega Mall in Mid Valley, right?
Yeah,
They've
okay, I
released.
don't think it had been rebranded when I went there.
Okay, so basically they are this it's only in Mid Valley, right? This GSC cinemas.
Yeah.
There's two cinema theaters where they collaborated with Gita, the furnishing man, GE with apostrophe THA.
Okay, I haven't heard of them.
So basically, you're on a comfortable bed
What?
watching a movie.
Wow.
It's around 150 ringgit per bed. So you're
How
on a
many
bed side
beds
by side.
are in the room? I can just oh, I could oh, now I'm
It is.
picturing now I'm picturing like swingers people like renting out the entire theater.
Oh no, it's too expensive for these swingers.
150 ringgit. No, that's like the price to go into these adult parties at private houses.
Really? You have to pay? I thought it was like
Yes. No, you had to pay to go there. I'm giving way too much information.
wow. I thought it was free, man. That girl lied to
No.
me.
Well, single girls got in for free
Obviously.
because
Oh
they
yes,
were.
it was one of the conditions. Like no guy can come by himself.
Yes, that. Yep. That is also
Hey,
the case.
maybe you know this girl that I was
God,
that I
no,
matched with.
I did not like connect to anyone in that scene. I one of the reasons that we ended up becoming polyamorous is because I did not like going to those events. I just like it was
Alright.
not my scene at all, and I
Oh.
was like, I don't want to do that again. So,
Mm.
yep. So that's
I
one of the reasons.
I have to admit that I'm a bit curious, but I'm even more curious when I actually meet these people out in public.
Hmm.
I'm like, hey, from last Saturday, right? Yep, the one with the purple dildo. Yeah, how you doing, man? What are you doing around here?
Wow. I don't know if I ever ran into someone like that in public after being in a thing. Unless it was like specifically organized, I guess.
Yeah, I'm
But
just
that was
wondering.
that was way more of my ex-husband sort of thing.
Right? Okay. But still curious.
Maybe something more to talk about off stream
Oh,
sometime. I
oh,
know.
okay.
I
So
don't
this
know
is
how,
not.
I don't know how much I want to go into, because look, my ex-husband's family is still on my Facebook friends, and this is being broadcast publicly on my Facebook.
Okay.
I
Understood.
don't know that they like just pop in
No,
and like just
no.
the wrong moment, you
Concentrate.
know?
Look, I am a bad Muslim. Listen. Let's concentrate on that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I learned that a lot through the stand-up comedy scene. There were a lot of bad Muslims.
Uh,
No, we don't have to talk about that. Whatever you
uh,
want.
okay. So, the one big thing I miss about the States is like the food and the portions. So, what is the most, I guess, biggest? What is the most? How do you say guilty pleasure or sinful? Yeah, what is the most sinful dish that Oakland has to offer?
Ooh, I think you do you like Mexican food?
Yeah, my name is Papi.
Then you would love I think you would love Guadalajara restaurant in Oakland. It's in East Oakland. It's right by the Fruitvale BART station, and they have super burritos that so I had someone visit me back in July, and I took him there, and he ordered the super burrito with no idea. Like I didn't warn him like how big it was or anything like that. And then when he got it, he's like, because it's like this big.
Wow. You know what? I am Googling it right now. Guadalajara.
Guadalajara. It's on Fruitvale Avenue.
What do I put? Guadalajara restaurant, Oakland.
Yeah, that would work.
Oh shit! Look, it said Guadalajara restaurant, Oakland.
See. And I know y'all don't have the greatest Mexican food in Malaysia.
Oh my god!
Is
Oh, even
that
the website is like Guadalajara, Oakland.
see? There you go.
So oh my gosh, what's DoorDash? No, I
It's
lost
like
you again. Oh, okay.
it's like Food Panda.
All right. Thought I lost you.
What, did I disappear again?
No, because you were quiet when I asked, "What's
Oh.
DoorDash?" And then
No, yeah, sorry. Because like I was, sometimes it takes a little while for my brain to process what somebody has said. Because I'm like, wait, don't you have DoorDash? Like, no, you mentioned Food Panda before. That's the same thing, just a different company. It's a different name.
Oh, look at it. They have Corona Rita. Mm-mm. Uh, I can't click. What the hell? What
It
the?
doesn't let anyone who's not in the country click. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Time to switch on my VPN.
I don't think that's the actual reason.
Run a little home.
Just order food by DoorDash. Bring it to me in Malaysia. Get on a plane. Like, how much is the delivery cost? I don't think there are flights yet. Are there? Oh, I don't know. I did.
Actually, I just found out that Jason Young is going to
Going to
be in
New
New York.
York.
Yeah.
I saw Jenhan post about that.
So, ooh, I like. I know they don't have Yelp. They don't use Yelp so much here in Malaysia.
Uh-huh.
But I watching series and American TV series and stuff like that. It's always fun to see people who go on Yelp.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's used quite a bit
Oh.
here.
Oh my gosh, where do I start? Let's just say amazing. Their service was fast and they are very good people. The burrito is amazing and it's so tasteful. I literally shoved it into my mouth.
I wonder if it was one of those Americans that use literally. Right?
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I'm looking at the picture of the super burrito.
So you can see how big it is.
Hey, so is there like any food challenge that comes with this?
I don't think so. Like, do you get it for free if you eat the entire thing in one sitting?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they do that though. Sorry.
Oh man, now you got me craving.
You'll just have to come visit me.
Yeah. So if I come visit you, right? Would you be open to like that Winnebago cross country trip?
I would be interested. It's just a case of whether or not I would be able to have someone to look after the kids, because I would not want to bring them with me. I'd want to have fun without having to worry about the kids.
Oh, I'm looking at these pictures of people who are comparing the super burrito to their arms.
So you can see that the burrito is bigger than their arms.
But these are skinny people, so I'm not. I'm not too worried.
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You're getting there.
Yay.
Maybe it's better to show it up this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of like a scorpion at this point.
I love that whole like mythological village in Shang-Chi. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was beautiful. Yeah, I've always like if I was ever gonna retire, I wanted a house next to a beach or next to like a lake, just somewhere near a body of water.
Mm-hmm. I grew up near a beach, so they're not that. They're not the most exciting thing for me.
Oh,
The beaches here are not the greatest either, so yeah.
in San Francisco.
Nope. Yeah. I know California is known for its beaches, but the Bay Area is not. I'm afraid to say
They have mole. Oh my god.
I love that this is just a good excuse to have me get you to try and or for me to try and convince you to come and visit. So far, the only person that I have seen here who currently lives in Malaysia is Sim and his family. They came here a couple years back.
You know, I think traveling with Sim would be fun. So, Sim and Siming
Mm-hmm.
and Little Max. Ooh, maybe Little Max can watch over your kids, and then the adults.
He's younger than my oldest kid.
It's okay. He's a very responsible kid. Oh.
I just know that like if I told my or if I asked my ex-husband, hey, could you look after the kids for this period of time while I go on a road trip with Papi Zak, he'd be like, no, screw you. So, because that's what he's like when I asked if he would switch like one day at one point. He's like, I'm not going to do any favors for you. I was like, oh, I guess you're still pissed about the divorce then.
Hey,
Anyway.
Thing is, you won.
Yeah, and that's why he's upset.
Yes. He's a sore loser.
He's a sore loser.
Okay, so aside from Guadalajara,
Mm-hmm. Other restaurants or other what?
Other restaurants?
Or other cool things. Other cool things in my vicinity. There is an arcade museum. You can pay to go in and play as many like old style arcade games as you want for the time that you're there.
Yeah.
Have
you been?
I don't remember if I went to that one. I know I went to the Pinball Museum, which is in a different area on Alameda Island. And then I feel like I went to a arcade museum. I just don't remember if it was that one. I don't remember. So I have some things like my memory is really, really good for, and other things it's turned to shit. Basically, like some of my time when I lived in Malaysia, completely gone from my memory. Like a lot of my history with my ex-husband, I do not remember anything. Like my memories of my marriage is basically these things happened. Like I know certain like vacations that we went on, but and I know he was there, but I don't remember like did he enjoy himself? Did we enjoy ourselves together? Like it's really bizarre. And so some of like the last year or so is me just trying to remember shit. I know I've been thinking a lot about Malaysia, particularly this year. Like after I finished my boot camp and like sorted my life out, I was like, oh, now I can think about other stuff again. Right? I did all the things I needed to do to get my life back on track after my divorce, and now I can think about other stuff. So I started thinking like how different things could have been for me in Malaysia if I'd had the personality that I have now when I lived there. I'm a lot more outgoing now. I feel like it anyway.
Oh, that's good.
Hmm. I am more myself now.
That's what's important.
Hmm.
Um, so, eh, any more food places?
Oh, any more food places? Uh, I know there's a Chinese restaurant that I like called Ark because it does sweet and sour pork the way that I liked it in Malaysia.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that's
Not American style sweet and sour pork. It's
yeah. I mean,
Malaysian style.
that's what everybody usually like. Like even when I was visiting New York about 2 years ago, um, I refuse to go to any like Chinese or Indian restaurants because you know I
They've
can
been
get them better
Americanized.
here.
Yeah.
One and two, it's a whole lot cheaper.
Well, there is that. I will give you that. It's absolutely true.
But I mean, like for you to say like they make a sweet and sour pork, they like how they do it here in Malaysia. It piqued my interest because it's very hard because you've had food here and then
Yeah.
so I guess I can take your word for it.
Well, I mean, maybe not exactly the same, but certainly a lot more like Malaysian than compared to the American style. Like it had
Yeah.
pineapple in it. It was pineapple sauce, as opposed to whatever it is that they did to
Mandarin,
make it Americanized. I don't know, it's plum or something,
orange.
isn't it? Um, uh, yeah, so it was a lot more legit. What I appreciated about Malaysia's sweet and sour
So
sauce.
when you okay, so have you ever had like an interesting like Asian cuisine experience while in the States?
In the US.
Yeah.
Um, Interesting in what way? Like
Like
actually like Asian style, like with bones and all and everything.
okay, so I tell you, it just took me about 2 weeks after moving to Ohio before I started craving for like home cooked food or something Asian cuisine.
Hmm.
So my mistake was going to uh, they call it the communion no the Union Center um, on campus, and there
Hmm.
was like a Chinese restaurant there, and the guy behind the counter was of Chinese descent, and he was like, you want spicy. Because he said, because he thought,
Yeah.
oh, he's Asian, he can take it. I said, yes, I love, I would love very spicy. And he's like, oh, like you, my man. And when I got the dish, it was just one chili, just like one chili laid on top of the chicken. So I was like, okay, and it wasn't spicy at all. So I
Was
went.
he an ABC American born Chinese, or was
No,
he
no,
like
he
from
was.
China?
He was that guy that was trying to hide from INS and.
Well, we have really big Chinatown in San Francisco. So that would be the place
Ah,
to go for really authentic Chinese
right,
food here.
right. Ooh, I would love to visit the Chinatown in San Francisco. Um, did you watch the series? It's called The Warrior. Is it Warrior?
Warrior? I haven't, but I've had people tell me about it. I think it's on HBO, which I don't have. But if I get around to getting access to HBO, then I'll definitely check it out. I watched a couple of other series that uses San Francisco's Chinatown in them. One of them is Kung Fu, the series that came out. Was it last year or this year? It was
Oh,
like
it's based
earlier
off
this year.
the original
Yeah.
Kwai Chang Kang.
Yeah, so that one is set in San Francisco's Chinatown as well, and also Wu Assassins on Netflix.
What was that?
Wu
Wu
Assassins.
Assassins. Yeah, okay. Ooh, I didn't like that so much.
Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah, after so I watched Kung Fu first, and then I watched Wu Assassins, and then like after Wu Assassins, I'm like, you know what? I'm a bit burnt out on Chinese mythology, kung fu stuff. Like I just want to see like Asian representation in like real world. Right? Like just give me some real world stuff. Don't just keep pandering to like this, stereotypes.
One thing I learned about from watching Warrior was because I was researching it, and I could big Bruce Lee fan, right? So it was like the journals that he kept to himself, and then the stories that his like family shared with him when coming to America and stuff like that. So one of the characters in the series, who's a Mama San, what do you a madam of the brothel.
Okay.
So she was one of the first Mama San ever in America, and I thought that was such an interesting concept. It's like, wow, Chinese is the first bring brothels.
Oh yes, that was very big in San Francisco. I think that was probably one of the reasons that that Chinese kind of got ostracized in San Francisco, and they made racist laws against them.
Oh,
Probably partly because of that.
but that's the service, though. I mean,
Right, it was because there weren't a lot of women here at the time.
oh.
Brothels were very big.
So if I mean, like so I have a production house. I actually want to do a story about this what madam, this mama san, and the life they live, because I don't know, I feel like it's very interesting. She runs a business. It's all about the business. Provide a service to a male dominated I don't know,
Area?
world. Yeah. I don't want to say the wrong things, and then people in San Francisco is like, cancel this motherfucker, Papi Zak. Yeah, I just think that there's that like this. It's an interesting story there, and I would like to develop a film. Obviously, I can't do it here in Malaysia because we are good people.
You're all celibate prudes.
Yeah. Yes. Wait. But having said that, I found out in where is it? Okay, so Turkey, right? Turkey is mostly Muslim dominated country. Dominant, not dominated. They have brothels as well, but before you engage in sexual activities, you sign a contract. This contract is actually a marriage contract. So you actually marry the girl that you're going to have sex with.
And then they annul it?
And then it's a 24-hour contract. So after 24 hours, you guys are divorced. So
wow.
in some ways it's halal sex, right? And you're not sinning whatsoever. they marry you. They marry you there at the brothel, and it's like I thought that was like, oh, that's sweet. Imagine if Vegas had a similar concept.
Well, maybe eventually they will. Who knows?
Like a Muslim Elvis. Marry.
Just imagine that. That's a picture. That's yeah. I think that's a really fascinating part of San Francisco's history is the brothel history. So I was a tour guide for close to 2 years, and like I did a lot of my own research for my tours. And one of the things I did was I researched a madam, a woman who owned her or ran her own brothel business called Tessie Wall. If you want to Google her, you're welcome to. She's really interesting.
How do you spell that last name?
Wall, Wall. From my pronunciation is bad. Wall, as in
wall. Saying like an American.
What's my Australian accent?
Yeah.
Can't understand.
I'm still surprised your Australian accent is still there.
Yeah, it hasn't gone away. People like it. There are times that I still have to use an American accent for people to understand, or like they and I still like some words. I was like, I don't know what the American pronunciation is for this. Like, I know they don't pronounce garage the same way as me. I think it's like garage or
garage. Yeah,
garage. Like, there's so many different ways that it can be pronounced, and I've been corrected for it multiple times.
Oh.
Like, they just don't know what I'm saying, and I can't remember how they actually pronounce it. So yeah, but anyway. I don't know what this is. Oh, maybe this is a foot. Is it a foot? It's got talons that I'm going to be putting on.
Does it grip?
It will, yeah. It will.
Wow. So, would you say you are a fast builder or?
Obviously not.
Well, I mean,
it depends on like how close of attention I'm paying, I suppose.
Because I mean, like we're close to the 2 hour mark, and then I mean, it looks like you're pretty much there. Like for me, it like especially when I did my Millennium Falcon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Within 2 hours, I just got the base. Like
this is probably a smaller set than that. This is about maybe 2/3. Just looking at how many pieces I have still in front of me. Maybe almost 2/3. Like I said, if you need to leave earlier than me finishing.
No, I'm good. I think I'm good for another 40 minutes.
Okay. We'll see how far I get.
Yeah. So the show that I'm doing with with Adam, it's on YouTube, Geektopia, just in case,
People can tune into that after this. if they're bored.
Okay, it's not live. We record it, but it's it is every Tuesday when we release it on YouTube.
Ah, so
Yeah. So
the grip.
it's a whole channel where Adam does the video games and movies, and then there's this other guy who handles like um, health and well being. I guess he's like very Oprah ish. And then there's another guy who does sports and outdoorsy stuff.
So got a good variety.
Yeah. So, and I'm trying to get into that group as well, but just handling food.
You just want to do all the food reviews?
Yes. Because I still get recognized sometimes as that food guy, and then people like say, "Hey, come to my restaurant. Hey, come to my restaurant." So
Ooh.
I just want to help them out by helping me out.
I saw Kevin do some like food reviews on his Instagram.
See, I've been trying to tell Calvin to do more cooking videos because the guy can cook. So and when he does it, it's in his like what he doesn't do it like okay, ladies, this is how you do this thing, and and he's just like put the cheese on it, lah. Okay, Nova. Yeah, don't be an ass. So yeah, it has that comedy element to it, right?
Yeah.
So he's that grumpy grumpy chef. And then sometimes it's cute when he gets his daughter in, and
Yeah.
then it's like okay, because it's a whole different tone with the daughter. Obviously.
Oh yeah, no, I saw her on one of them. And,
Yeah.
And she
You
was
like it or not?
yeah, she's like, yeah, I don't like it. And then like at the end, she was like way kinder. Gave it like a higher rating than it seemed like she actually thought it deserved.
So yeah. So I've been trying to like push him to do more cooking videos like that, as opposed to eating videos. Also, at one point, like Carmen and I, we did tacos. We started selling tacos.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was fun, and he made one hell of a deep fried battered fish taco, and his coleslaw was just on points. And people keep asking for it, like keep asking, like, "Hey, when are you gonna do the tacos?" And then Kevin's like, no, I am too tired.
When you said deep fried, I thought you were gonna say chimichangas.
Oh no. We just kept it to tacos. Very simple: chicken or fish.
Oh no, I was meant to do 2 of these.
What happened? What?
The legs that I just did, I was meant to do 2 of each kind, so I'm going to do them again.
Break it?
It's fine. I just go back and do the other one again. He's got legs. They move. I'm going to do his other leg.
Did you feel like okay, here we go again with Shang-Chi spoilers.
Nobody's watching it. It's fine.
Okay. So
it's one viewer that I'm assuming is still you.
So did you feel like it was a bit too Game of Thrones-y, like at the final big bad?
I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Okay. I just didn't like the big bad dragon at the end. It didn't feel very.
You're not the only person I've heard say that. I did see somebody else make a comment like that.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make your comment come up. Yeah, still watching.
uh,
You're funny, Zach.
no, because I really, okay. I wouldn't say I didn't like Shang-Chi, but I liked it, but I didn't. I wanted it to be more,
Hmm.
I guess, and it didn't like do it for me. But I know, like, support the Asian community. Yeah, I do. But maybe I'm a little too hard because it is Asian.
Maybe because you have the comparison of actual Asian cinema as opposed to American Asian cinema.
Right. Yeah. You know what? That's what it was. It was too
Americanized.
American. Yeah. It's like, okay, everybody in front of the screen was Chinese, right? But everybody behind the screen was white, you know?
Not everyone.
Well,
The director was Asian,
was he?
American Asian, but yes, he was
Okay.
Asian.
His name was like, so okay, let me.
I think
Shang-Chi.
he's from Hawaii, um, but Hawaii is very ethnically diverse.
Ooh, if there's one place I would like to retire in, is,
Hawaii.
yeah, Hawaii.
It
Yes, his
gives
name
you
is Destin Daniel Cretin.
look at his picture.
Oh, yeah, okay. He's from Haiku, Hawaii.
See, I've read a little bit. That's how I knew that.
Mm,
I read a thing where he was like a few years ago, he had been like talking to his agent or something. It was like, if Marvel ever asks me to do a movie, tell them no immediately.
really?
And then he was offered this. He was like, oh.
Liars.
I think he ended up telling them about that when he got like invited in to to discuss doing the movie, and he was very honest about it. And I guess they appreciated his honesty.
Also, a comment from Kavin. He's like, is Aquafina like the the go to for Asian representation?
Yes, because she was in Crazy Rich Asians as well.
Uh, oh, okay. Oh, they shot in Australia,
Yeah.
in New Zealand.
Because it was shot during the pandemic, and that's where it was safe. I assume that's why.
Um. So that whole San Francisco
No,
tram.
that stuff was shot in San Francisco because I know
Okay.
that I remember reading about when they were doing that stuff. Like the bus where Katie like ends up parking it is right by Ghirardelli Square, which is like the chocolate place in San Francisco that all the tourists go to.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, those are legit locations. So like it was fun for me to watch and be like, "Hi, I know that place. I know where that is."
Mm.
The hotel that they worked at is the Fairmont Hotel. We used to go past that on my bus tours. So I would, and like a bunch of movies have like had things filmed there. So I would like when we'd stop at the traffic lights there, I would like list off all of the movies that have had things that were filmed there. Have you seen the Netflix movie Always Be My Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was also had some scenes at the Fairmont Hotel as well. That was the hotel that Keanu Reeves was staying at.
Ah. So, as okay, so you mentioned that you were a tour guide.
Mhm.
Like, um, did you get special access to certain places that or?
No, I mean, I could go to Madame Tussauds for free. So I did that. So I went to the Madame Tussauds here in San Francisco and the one in Washington D.C. for free as a tour guide. When I went to Washington D.C., I was able to take the bus with the same company.
Okay, 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 okay. So I was trying to contemplate, right?
Hmm.
Because I like to dress up for the movie review shows, okay, with Adam, but with a limited budget or whatever I have around the house. So I kind of narrowed it down to I can either be Wong or I can be Trevor because I'm a
Oh,
Liverpool fan as well. So Trevor, who do you think I should do?
I don't know. Do you have a preference?
No, not really, and just I mean, like I'll just put more effort into who you choose, I guess, because I give you the choice.
uh, I will go for Wong just because he's a better character. I mean, it was fun that Trevor showed up um in Shang-Chi. Like that was unexpected. I had no idea that that was coming. But I mean, Wong is Wong.
No, I was like, I asked Calvin before the show. So like, how do you think they're gonna explain this whole Mandarin stuff, or are they just gonna ignore the fact that they totally ignore Iron Man 3? That was just like a blip, right? But I like how they kind of, I guess, brought him back and explained the whole situation.
Yes. Yeah,
And you can
I
totally
appreciated that.
you can totally see that was just purely fan service.
It was. It really was.
Excuse me. Sorry. Uh,
How many of the 10 rings do you think they gave me in this set?
all?
Nope.
Are you serious?
They gave me 7.
Can you take it back?
No, I think that was intentional. I think because this thing that I'm going to be putting together now only has 5 of them. I think the other 2 are meant to be spares.
Wait. Oh, it's like it's not on his arm.
Yeah,
It's when it's like that whipping action.
because he's so small. Like, where is his rings gonna go?
I don't know. Have you seen the Hulk figure? I thought that was like pretty cool how they made him.
You
Yeah.
mean
Extra.
this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, so I have a question.
Yes.
Again, spoiler alert. Um, in the after credit scenes,
Mhm.
where Wong is talking to Doctor Banner and not
The
Professor
Hulk.
Hulk.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
You mean how? I don't even remember what happened at the end of Endgame. My memory is that bad.
No, because he was Hulk, like he was Professor Hulk, right?
Well, maybe they'll explain that in Doctor Strange.
Uh, Doctor Strange or Spider-Man?
Yes, or Spider-Man.
Ooh. So, do you get Comic-Con tickets?
In San Diego, I haven't been, but I have been to like a couple of local ones in the Bay Area.
Any encounter with famous people?
I got photos with some of them.
Okay, so how
I
does
don't,
that work? Like,
you pay lots of money and then you get photos.
well, okay, so I mean, before the age of like camera phones, right? They would give you the autograph picture and stuff like that. So, do they charge you now to take a selfie?
No, they get like they have a professional photographer who takes the photos and then they print them like immediately and then you can take them. And if you want to get them signed, then you can pay extra and have line up for the autograph and have that signed too.
Ah. So, okay, list me your celebrities.
The ones that I've gotten photos with.
Yeah.
Let's see, Christina Ricci,
Okay. Christina Ricci.
Stanley before he passed away.
Shut up. No. Okay, okay.
Um, David Tennant from Doctor Who and various other things.
Okay.
Kristen Ritter, who's Jessica Jones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, this is how bad my memory is right now. Like, I don't even remember the names of everyone, but I know who they are. But sometimes, like, the name is just like it's far away and I can't grab it. The lady who played Martha in Doctor Who was also in Sense8.
Okay, I don't watch Doctor Who and Sense8, so it's okay.
That's fine. I went to a supernatural convention. I got some.
Shut up! I love Supernatural.
I was not expecting that. I was expecting a Doctor Who reaction. I don't watch that. Yeah, I went to a supernatural convention. I got some pretty good pictures.
Of Jensen and Jared?
I don't like Jared, but I did get a great picture with Jensen. Then I also had a picture of with Misha and who was the demon guy? Who was the main demon guy? King of Hell.
Oh, Crowley.
Yeah. But what's his name? See,
it's just Crowley's side.
Yeah. So I got a picture with them two together. I got a picture with Rob Benedict and Richard Speight Jr. Like they were just like sandwiching me, like a big cuddle, which was totally unexpected. And I was it's like really shocked, and I think they took the photo. I was just like, "What's going on?"
Did I tell you I only recently got a VPN during the lockdown, and I use my VPN to watch American Netflix because American Netflix has Supernatural on.
It does, yeah. That's how I binged it when I needed to catch up.
And oh my god, the ending was just like it was like but
yeah.
Yeah. I like I mean, especially because in Malaysia we believe in the whole supernatural stuff, yeah, and we deal with black magic.
Dude, when I lived in TTDI, I lived above a graveyard.
Yeah, I remember. I was so uncomfortable. I was like, oh my god.
And I swear there were moments where I felt like my baby was like seeing ghosts. Like, I swear to God.
Oh, but yeah,
So
that series
I
meant a
can
lot
respect
to
that.
me. Yeah. Um. Yeah. It was, and it's also one of those, like, if I could pull it off, or if I had the budget, I like to do like a movie similar to Supernatural, but with local, supernatural thingies as a
That'd be cool.
homage to
Yeah.
them.
If only they'd traveled outside of the US, then they could have explored more different mythologies.
I thought they would do that as the series kind of like expand or went on for such a long
Right.
time.
And like, because they did have like a couple times where they I mean, like they mentioned England. Right. But yeah, they could have done a lot more with that.
But I'm looking forward to Jensen Eccles in what The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't do Amazon stuff, but maybe I'll at some point take advantage of one of the free Prime free trials.
Sure, sure.
Because I have done that a few times, or a couple of times. I was just like, yeah, okay, I'll use your Amazon Prime free trial. I don't think I've ever paid for Amazon Prime. It was like, just
But
do it when I've got it free. When I can get it for free, and then unsubscribe.
but because of people like you, Amazon doesn't release like the series like one whole shot. Like, they'll release 3 episodes and then
Right.
three.
So then I wait until it's all on
Oh.
there.
I do
I
that
think
with the dating apps though. You
just
want to
message
see who
everyone all at
likes
once.
you? Give us try our free trial,
Mhm.
and I'll be like, okay. See who likes. Oh, don't want that one. Don't want that one. Don't want that one.
I don't think I've ever paid for a dating app either. So
Yeah, and it's ridiculous on how sometimes, like, you want international access, you got to pay for it. What? Yeah.
yep.
Okay, so where are these pictures of your celebrity?
Somewhere in my Facebook. They're in there somewhere. If you do like, just go to my profile and like do a search this profile for their names. They'll probably come up.
Oh, how interesting.
That's how I found the picture that I used in the promo of us from back in 2010. Like, I know this photo exists. I'm not going to scroll all the way back to 2010. How do I find it? Search Papi Zak on my profile. And then I discovered, oh, Kevin took that picture. He posted it. I found some other interesting pictures as well. Like, remember the Christmas that you guys came to my place?
What's that?
Do you remember the Christmas that you came to my place?
Yeah. With oh my god, I forgot his name. Augustine.
Augustine and Kevin was there too. Yeah, so I found some pictures from that. And so there's a picture of Kevin sitting on your lap when you're wearing the Santa hat.
Oh
And there's
yeah.
one of Augustine as well. Good times. But see, like, it's stuff like that. Like, if I hadn't come across those pictures, I probably would have forgotten that had happened.
Really?
There's a bunch of things that I just don't remember. Like people have said, "Hey, do you remember?" And I'm just like, "I'm sorry, I don't."
Oh.
It's like my brain blocked it out for some reason.
Okay, so now I'm searching Dominica.
Just search like supernatural on my profile. I'm sure it'll come up.
How do I
I
search?
I had the picture of me with Jensen as like my profile picture for the longest time.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Everyone, so many people were so jealous because
Mm.
it's such a good picture. Like he's standing behind me and his arms are wrapped around my chest.
Oh.
I know, right? He's married.
Oh, I'm
But it
looking.
looks cool.
Actually, I'm just gonna look at through all your pictures right now.
Look through all my pictures.
So you have a towel on your head with a little curl. What was that?
That's just me having fun in the pandemic. I have a bunch of towel on my head pictures.
Oh,
Showing off how good I could do to wrap the towel on my head.
okay. I see a few thirsty pictures out there.
What thirsty pictures? What are you talking about?
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. You're wearing a green top and
Oh,
it's
that's a dress.
self isolation day 46.
See? See?
Yeah. But yeah. Okay.
Look, I was newly single and having
Hey, hey,
having
no.
fun.
I'm saying. Yeah.
It's not like I was
So
going to
have
get
you?
any action. Like we're in a pandemic. I'm not dating anyone.
But did you
Sorry,
get like guys, some random guys say, "Hello, miss. Hello.
no,
Show
no.
your
I
bobs.
think
Show your
I
bobs."
I feel like I'm too outspoken to get those kinds of guys leaving comments for me.
Really?
That's how I feel like. I don't get stuff like that.
Mm. So you don't even get like okay. Oh yeah, is it? Do you get dick pics?
Only when I ask.
Oh, unsolicited. Like I never did understand that. You know, it's like, oh, this girl's gonna like my dick, man.
Yeah. Only when I ask.
Uh,
I can't say that there's been like there's like one person that I've asked. So, uh, yep.
oh, shut up!
What? What did you find?
You're supernatural.
You found my supernatural pictures?
Yeah. Kim Rhodes and Brianna Buckmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And Rowena.
even with Ozark.
Yes, I did that one too.
Does she really talk with the accent? Or is that like
Rowena?
yeah?
I can't remember. I think she, yeah, I think that's her actual voice.
Ooh.
And she's my height, which is like, that was really unexpected. I didn't know she was as short as me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you and Jensen, you're like
See? You see what I'm talking about now.
It's like, hey. Oh my god, you even cropped the point picture. Oh, that was 2016. Okay, I'm gonna download this picture and then gonna share it with my friends
Ooh.
because they're gonna be like, who is that kid? And what's she doing? So then I'm gonna be like, oh well, she's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, they're still doing supernatural conventions. There was one that just happened in Denver this past weekend, and Twitter was like all over it, like because somebody in the audience asked what was like Dean's feelings or reactions or something to Castiel like confessing his love to him in the final season, and then like all the fans were upset because Jared answered and interrupted Jensen's answer. And I just happened to go on Twitter when there was like, it was trending when they were talking about it.
What's the story behind the Hulkbuster picture?
Hulkbuster? Was that in Las Vegas, I think.
Let me see. Yeah, Las Vegas.
Yeah, so Las Vegas had like this whole Avengers venue that you go in and see like a bunch of Avengers things and get photos with them.
Oh, you went to your first ever pirate festival?
Yes.
It looks so good though.
You remember
So
when I
badass.
wrote my pirate novel in Malaysia, right?
Yes.
I have all
And you
that
know
pirate
what?
stuff.
I just remembered too. I remember trying to borrow your DVD box set for Supernatural, and you're like, no.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
don't remember that.
yeah. It's like because they're that present, and they're original. Not the Malaysian copy.
I thought you were gonna say you wanted to borrow a pirate Blu-ray thing that
Oh yes, that one too.
because
That one
I
too.
remember you noticing that on the shelf.
Yes. I was
That
like,
I don't
whoa,
have
and
anymore.
Blu-ray.
I know. That I don't have anymore because I let my ex-husband keep that one.
Because he's gonna need it.
That was my thinking. I thought he would like it more than even though like technically I'm pretty sure he got it for me. There were a few things I was like, you know what? I know you got this for me as a gift, but I don't really care to keep this. So there you go. That's for you.
And then I'm back to your Comedy Thursday pictures. Oh.
Wow, you scrolled way, way, way back if you got
Yeah.
that far.
Is that you and Margaret too? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I can tell you about that.
Okay.
So I think it was like the year that I moved here, or yeah, I think it was then. So it was. I think it was just after Robin Williams had passed away, and she had been feeling really down about that, and a friend of hers had said, "Hey, don't mourn Robin, be Robin." And so she took that to heart and decided to go busking around different locations in San Francisco to raise money for the homeless. And so that's how I got that picture. I paid her $5 to give to the homeless and got a selfie with her. It is really cool to live where I do.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I move to America, right? Is there like a room I can rent out in your place?
If I kick out one of my tenants, yes. I currently have 2 tenants that live with me.
Oh.
So depending on, I would definitely prefer to have you living with me than one of them at least. One of my tenants is behind on rent, so.
Haha.
But I can't do anything about it because we still have an eviction moratorium and stuff. So just waiting and hoping that she gets like the rental assistance stuff sorted out.
Hey, so how come you're wearing different outfits with Dean and
It was a weekend thing, so there were 2 different days that I got photos. I didn't change while I was there.
I was like,
Can you
wow,
imagine?
you came really prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, I saved the sexier outfit for Jensen. You can see my priorities, right? I'm such a dork. I love that I have been able to embrace my weirdness a lot more here.
It's all good. All right. I think we might have to start wrapping up.
You need to. I have a few more pieces left, but if you need to go before,
How much
I
more
finish,
pieces do you need left?
it's like let's see. I can move my this camera, my phone. It's like that. Wait, where am I? I can't see where my. Oh, it's up a little bit more. It's a few.
Oh,
Like
okay. I mean,
like less than 40, I want to say.
okay. Let's go through the yeah. I feel like I'm watching like an eating competition. You know,
An eating competition.
like I just got this much left.
Well, I'm on step 132, and there are 156 steps.
You can do it.
That's like 24 more steps. That's not too bad.
You can do it.
I can do it. I can do it.
I can do it. So, our that podcast that I do with my boys, right, every Monday, at
The Joe Mama one?
Yeah, the Joe Mama one. So I was watching it, and I turned live chat on, and I noticed it wasn't.
There were no comments.
There was no comment. So
So when I watched it earlier today, I I clicked the show the replay of the live chat, and so I saw your comment. It was like, is anyone here?
yeah. You gotta keep yourself entertained, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to engage. Oh wow! What? How big was the pirate ship?
So that one cost like $200. So it took a while. That one I didn't stream when I was building because I hadn't thought to do that yet.
When you dressed up as
I think we're talking about the Lego.
No.
The ship where I was dressed as a pirate, and I got some photos on a ship that looked like a pirate ship. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
How big was it?
Yeah.
It's like a standard kind of size of um what those tall ships are called. I can't remember what they're called. I think it's just a tall ship. I think that's what they're called.
A schooner.
It has, I think it's like 2 masts.
Okay. Um, okay. That. How far of a trip is it from Oakland to, say, San Diego?
It's about an 8-hour drive if you drive straight through and don't get any traffic.
Oh,
Um,
damn.
I have done that drive multiple times because I have like family friends who live in San Diego. So whenever I go, I have a free place to stay. And I went, so that was like the last place I stayed at the end of my road trip that I went on with my kids. And that was my first time to San Diego after moving here. But then I went back the same year because my friends there gave me like a discount for Legoland. So I went back like a few weeks later to go to Legoland. And then I went back another couple of times since then to perform at improv festivals there.
Ooh.
So very cool.
So then, if it's 8 hours to San Diego, no traffic, would it be safe to say it's like 12 hours to get to cross the border to Mexico?
Probably would be less than, I don't know. I would do a Google Maps check.
Ah,
Check on
that's
Google
okay.
Maps and see what it tells
No,
you.
concentrate on finishing your piece quickly.
You can check on Google Maps.
Yes,
I'm not
I'm gonna
going
Google Maps.
to.
Okay, so
I'm building.
Oakland to what I s- should I put Tijuana? Tijuana
Tijuana,
or
yeah. Tijuana would be the first place across the border.
Oakland to Tijuana in kilometers.
Don't give me these miles instructions.
Ah.
I do metric here.
Hey, you lied to me. It's 7 hours and 53 minutes.
That's 8 hours. What are you talking about? Round it up.
That's what that's why I'm saying. Like, how can it be 8 hours from Oakland to San Diego when it's 8 hours to Tijuana?
Well,
Ah.
maybe just.
It's 816 kilometers, by the way.
Well, what does it say for San Diego if we put San Diego in then?
San Diego, San Diego, San Diego. San Diego is 7 hours and 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah, it's like just a couple of kilometers off. So here we go. Tijuana, Tijuana, Tijuana. Distance, Tijuana. Oh, from San Diego is 33 kilometers.
Between them. Yeah, it's pretty close.
Oh my god, it's like from here to the airport, like from Central KL to the airport.
There you go. That is close.
Huh. Maybe I should go to San Diego. No?
Well, I did see that it sounds like we're opening our borders to vaccinated travelers in January.
Hmm.
FYI. When is
Hey,
Jason
but
coming?
it's like maybe Wednesday, Thursday. So he'll probably what?
Wait, he's
He'll,
coming that soon?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Um, and then what? Does he gain a day or does he lose a day when he goes over?
We're 15 hours behind Malaysia in California, which
Okay.
means, and then the East Coast is 12 hours difference.
Okay. I can't wait for him to get ripped off at Times Square. I'm sorry, but I think it's a welcome to New York kind of thing. You know, when you go to Times Square and you just get ripped off. You want to hear my story?
Okay. I say enthusiastically.
Uh-huh. Well, okay, I gotta. I think this is gonna be my last story because I really gotta go after this.
Okay.
So first time in Times Square, just taking some pictures. I was waiting for I was waiting for a friend to finish shopping at the H&M because she said she want to look around and see how H&M is different in New York and compared to KL. And so while waiting for her outside, these bunch of guys came out and just like, yo, you like good music, you like hip hop music, it's like, yeah, yeah, hey man, support me, man. Check out my CD, man. And you know, I didn't think anything of it. I said, okay, I'm in the arts as well. I want to support, right? So yeah, I support. Say, hey, appreciate you supporting. Like maybe you can give me some support money, whatever. Say, I don't know what exactly he said. Like, he said, I'm just trying to make it big, man. Maybe you can have my CD, but just some in return, right? So I was like 2 days into New York. So obviously the money I was carrying around with me was big bills. So I wanted to give him like, maybe a 5 or 10, right? But I didn't have any. So I said, dude, I'm sorry. I love to, but I can't. I only have $100. He's like, oh man, I got change, whatever, right? So it's like here, and then he pulled out like a big chunk of change for me, and then I realized at that point, like his entourage was also trying to give their CDs, right? It's like, hey, support me too, man. Hey, support me too,
Oh
man.
no, no.
So then I was like, okay, you guys do like $5, $5, whatever. So I gave the guy the 100, and he gave me like the 20s. But then I realized in the whole commotion, like they, yeah, they walked away with $200 from me, and like the change that I got was just amounted to maybe like $40. So
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. So, and I was very lucky too because at that point, like some cops, like patrol cops, were coming around, and they kind of like split right after. So that's my getting ripped off at New York Times Square story.
Yikes.
Okay.
Whew.
Well,
Well,
look
I'm
at you.
I'm basically done. All I'm doing is like the fire out of his mouth now.
Yeah. Hey, can you center the dragon a little bit? And then it's like a nice shot.
Wait, hang
No, no, down. Put it
on.
down.
Here. Wait. It needs to be.
No, the face needs to be in the camera. Yeah. Okay, lower it. Lower it.
Good.
Look at that. Yeah.
Hello. I'll hold him up to the other part. Here, this camera. Here you go. You can see it better that
Oh,
way.
you are.
See?
Charger. That's
There's the
good though.
dragon.
Yeah. I think was it what was the most tedious thing about it? Just like building the body.
I don't know that any of it was really especially tedious. Sometimes it can be tricky doing like the smaller fiddly bits.
I get you. Okay.
You need to go.
Yeah, I need to go.
I will finish the stream after you leave, since I'm almost done and all I have to do is like the fire breathing part.
Okay.
but you are welcome to leave. Thank you so much for joining me. Anything else you want to plug before you leave?
In the States, no, it's okay.
You're,
Well,
I like the Joe Mama stuff. I watched last week's. I watched today's episode as well. I really appreciate the honesty and like the truthfulness. Like that's
thank
the
you.
kind of thing that I've been craving a lot more. Like I just like to see authenticity from folks.
Thank you. Hopefully we can tackle more subjects. Maybe you can
Suggest
put it
them.
in the comments. Yeah.
It's
Besides
good.
me.
It broadcasts at 6 a.m. my time, and I am usually my
I
phone
mean,
doesn't
like
give me notifications.
afterwards, you can comment what.
Oh, comment in the comment section. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I tweeted it last week.
Thank you so much for that. I think my my boys were very excited. It's like, hey, go! I got this white girl. Like,
They're excited to have a white girl watching.
You're like, because they're like, oh, reaching out to, branching out to, new horizons. So.
Look, here we go. Put his fire comes out of his mouth.
Aw, yay!
Can you see that?
Wow. Whoa.
It's breathing
That's the fire?
Yep, it's blue fire.
Or is it his soul being sucked out? Oh,
ooh. Oh, it could be.
Right?
Could be his soul getting sucked out.
All right. Okay, Dom, it was a pleasure catching up with you. We should do this more often. I'm serious about that. Yeah,
Definitely. I would love to have you back. Or even if you want to have a call that's not a live stream, so we don't have to talk for as long.
Yes, can. I think you know what. Next time, I will do the what you're doing, and I will
Build
have
some Lego.
build some
with
Lego.
Me?
Yes,
please do.
Cool.
I would love that. Some duplicates. And now you know how to have it, like if you want to use your phone and computer. You know exactly what to do.
All the tricks.
All right, enjoy your next podcast that you're going to.
All right. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
And that's all. Almost done. Oh, it's water splashing. Cool. All right, there we go. Let's turn this one off. Let's see. That out of the way. Move this. Okay. My phone. There's the dragon from Shang-Chi. The water splashes. And all the little characters that I made. That one. Got the death dealer. Wenwu. And Shang-Chi. And MYS. Ah, we did it. All right. Time to go. Bye.